Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Well, hello again. It's Brian from Happy Thumbs Gaming, and we're back with some more Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7. In fact, we got the entrance hall, free roam, and surrounding areas, and you can find all of the areas that we cover in this video, well, on our thumbnail as well as on our map that we use, color-coded in the blue color. Now, you're going to need a strong character, a key character, and a dark magic character. We're going to go ahead and get all the collectibles in this crazy area. Now, I tried to be all fancy and smooth and, like, you know, follow the yellow brick road, or in this case, the blue dotted or solid line road, and it didn't work out so well. So hopefully that'll come out a little smoother in the final edit or render there. And well, we start off here and we're out in the grounds, right where we left off, and we're actually going to need to drink some polyjuice and make sure that we have a Ravenclaw character. Now, for whatever reason, there is one particular moment in this game that you need a Ravenclaw character. Now, Luna will do just good, and we've unlocked a few versions of her, and if you noticed, you probably saw that we actually had the lion head edition of her already unlocked, but we wanted to just make sure that everyone was clear on what needed to happen. So we're going to go ahead and head back to the Madame Malkin's. I meant to say Diagon Alley. And then go to Madame Malkin's robe shop. I think that's what it is. Robe shop? Well, character shop is what we're calling it. And inside, we're going to go ahead and step on the old magic carpet there and purchase a version of Luna. Now, you should have a couple of versions. One for completing the story, and of course at least one for completing some of the free roam and free play stuff. So if you need specifics, leave us a comment down below and I will get you the specifics of where those are. But if you've been following along, or even if you haven't, you more than likely have at least one version of her. So yeah, as you can see, I am just following the path right on back to where we left off, which was the grounds. And yeah, so I thought about editing all of this out, but then I thought, well, shoot, what if they are a little lost? What if they don't use our map? What if all these things? So I just figured, why not? It's only an extra minute and a half or so. So we're going to go ahead and get our choo-choo on and ride the old Hogwarts Mini Express down the old Hogsmeade path. Now, keep in mind, too, down below in the left-hand corner, I not only label any of the items or collectibles that we find throughout this level, but I'm also targeting the area. Now, the area should match up with the areas on our map, which there's a link down below if you've never seen it. And big shout-out to Bonefish Gamer for creating that map. Boy, you have made our life so much easier trying to sort through all these collectibles. As you guys know, most of these things are pretty easy and self-explanatory. However, when you're trying to do them methodically and make sure you don't miss any, it's really confusing and hard to do. So here we are. We have finally made it back to the bridge courtyard, which is just outside of the grounds. In fact, all the way over to the far right, there is an exit point which takes us to another bridge, and then that bridge actually takes us to the courtyard, or excuse me, the grounds themselves. So before, or I should say not before, don't advance back to the grounds. We've already been there, and we don't need to go there. So we're going to stay right here in the bridge courtyard. We're going to use Aquamenti on these 4 brown spots on the wall. Now, 3 of them are on the back wall, like furthest away from your screen, and there's a 4th one is actually on the far left side, kind of closer to your screen on a little pillar. So once you fill them all the way up with water, you actually have to destroy the flowers. So I know you got to make it all pretty, and then you got to get destroy. So that's right, seek and destroy, or as the Daleks like to say, exterminate. But hey, if you get all 4 of them filled up and removed, you will get the character token for Rita Skeeter. So that's actually the first character token, and this bridge courtyard area with this ghost here actually covers the courtyard and the entrance hall. So if you notice, there's actually not going to be a ghost in here, a guide ghost that tells us what's in here, because he's actually being accounted for back in the courtyard back there. So as soon as you get into the entrance hall, there are 6 of these little lanterns that need to be Leviosa'd into flamin'. That's right. Once we get those all turned on, we will get rewarded with the gold brick. Now, I get a little confused here. We do not want to mess with that. I mean, you can. That's coming up soon. That's a character token. But we want to blast this last little firework off the wall here and check it out. Booyakashow. We've got ourselves a gold brick. And it just happens to be the one for the entrance hall or the bridge courtyard, which are kind of both all in the same as I just mentioned. But yeah, hey, don't forget, we do have quick links down below for all of the items that we find in this video. And hey, if you're looking for a specific gold brick of an area or something like that, you might find those quick links super helpful. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and sit here and wait for this knight in not-so-shining armor to go ahead and give us the old character token for Susan Bones after we handed over his lovely, lovely sword there. Now, we want to make sure that we head to the right-hand side of this lower area, right at the base of the stairway here, and use Leviosa to remove the old feather from the other knight. And look at that. He breaks down and falls into pieces, and we get a chance to turn a frown upside down. That's right, we rescue that student in peril. And of course, he leaves behind a stud trail, and we'll go ahead and collect it and not ask any questions. Oh, and if you build up that knight there, you also get some more studded, so make sure you do that. All right, we're going to double back and head into the bridge corridor, or excuse me, the bridge courtyard. Boy, I'm having a hard time with my words this morning. It's a little early, so I apologize. But as we come back in, we noticed that the guy wasn't there, so we made a little exit stage left there and came right back in. And of course, we can see that we got the gold brick, the student in peril, and the character tokens as well. So, all right, next up, we're going to head back to the entrance hall and drink some polyjuice. Now, there's a good chance that you have not opened or unlocked the Ravenclaw character. Well, I should say you haven't drank the juice to acquire her. And she has an acquired taste. Luna is a little weird, if I do say so myself. I do enjoy myself some Luna, though. She's very peculiar in a very fascinating way. Now, yeah, so we've got Luna. It doesn't really matter if it's Luna or not, but you do need to use Aquamenti up on this box at the top left side of this walkway. Now, it's a little bit of a funny angle. You can see I've got a pretty good aim targeted right on that box, and I actually looked away because it was filling it up, and I read my notes real quick, and then it stopped filling up. So I apologize for that, but it is kind of a funny angle. Make sure you jump up on top and grab that bluesy-toozy. Now, inside this door, we find ourselves inside the library, and check this out. We have a new ghost guide here. We got 2 character tokens, a student in peril, a red brick, and a gold brick. And we're going to start right off by using Luna, our Ravenclaw character, to go ahead and wave at the wall here, which then slides that portrait to the side and gives us access to a wall that's got red on it. And we'll go ahead and carve that out with Defendo. And look at this. We're going to build up a giant red key with the pieces left over. And, of course, we're going to use Leviosa to slam dunk that key right into that door in the back. You can see there's a character token kind of glistening through the hole. Then I spin to win and open the door. And look at that. We got a whole bunch of bluesies, a red brick, and a character token. So we'll go ahead and grab that character token for Anthony Goldstein first. And then, of course, we'll pick up that red brick and head it back on over to the who? The owl. I told you guys I wasn't going to do that joke anymore. I'm sorry. I'll try not to. There's only a few more red bricks left, and there's a highly likely possibility that I will probably bring that horrible joke out again. But hey, we got the fall rescue red brick now for turning that in. And, of course, we're going to make our way back on over to the right with a character that can... Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you need dark magic. Maybe you do. I can't remember if this is just a Leviosa or a dark magic. Either way, you got a cauldron in here that if you, for whatever reason, do not have a dark magic character, you can go ahead and grab one. But start off by building this little book cart and moving the first of 5 books onto the shelf. Now, the second one's actually going to be back in this bookcase. We actually have to solve this hack. And it's pretty easy, really. You just have to follow the old pattern. And look at that. Blech, pukes out some bricks, but most importantly, it has the one that we lift up and slam down. I don't really know what's going on here. I guess we have to put it over. Oh, that's right. We have to lift it up and slam it over the old... I don't know, what are those things called? I always forget. I always want to call them a megaphone. Leave me a comment down below if you remember, so I don't have to go Google that. But anyways, fill it up, and it'll give us a book, and we can go ahead and slam that into the wall as well. Next up, you might notice that there is a tube in the middle here, and there's a piece out of place, so we put it where it's supposed to be, and then we send Crookshanks up top, and it drops the book, and we place it in the bookcase right to the right of that. Now, we've got 3 of 5 now, and the next one is actually going to require a little Leviosa. We got to do some spring cleaning here and get rid of this spider web, which actually drops book number 4. We'll go ahead and slam dunk it there. And next, last but not least, this one is probably the most obvious of them all. It's right here at the beginning. And look at that. Da, 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 da. We got ourselves a gold brick. And you know us, we love us some gold. So, what's up next? We got a student in peril. We noticed him over here kind of spinning his head around, but guess what? It turns out that's actually not the student in peril, surprisingly enough. We pull out our bag of tricks and hop on that pink base plate, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a little 2-ring swimming pool, and as it turns out, the student in peril is actually up above. He drops down and makes a big splash. Well, not really, but cannonball! We got that student in peril. Turn that frown upside down there, buddy. And all right, last but not least, we have another character token for Madam Irma Pince. This one actually requires some dark magic, so in the middle section, go ahead and manipulate the red and black box. Build those pieces into a fan that actually happens to have a funny angle on it. If you look at it, it's blowing kind of up at an angle. We can ride that wave on up there and collect that token. Woo to the who! So, we can go ahead and take a quick peek at our guide. We got the gold and the red, as well as the student in peril, and the character tokens as well. So, next up, we're going to double back into the entrance hall and go off to the far right exit here. And that's actually going to take us right into the grand staircase. So this is that really cool, crazy place where the stairs move up and down and all around. And of course, we do have a guide over here too, so we're going to take a quick peek. No red brick in this area, but we got a student in peril, a red brick, and a couple of character tokens. In fact, quite a few, as we did not grab any. Now, you might get here and notice that you already have a couple of these. Well, we skipped some from an earlier section in the story, but we'll get to that when we get there. You're going to want to use Defendo on the bottom left side lock. Go ahead and rip that open, and guess what? We've got ourselves a student in peril. Go ahead and collect all the studs, and of course, turn that frown upside down. And yeah, we'll make our way up the stairwell here. You can see we've got the student in peril now. Okay, now this right here, this is a part of the story. Now, this was back a while back, actually. This should have been available as soon as, let's see, 6-1, I believe? Yeah, 6. And you probably grabbed both of these. So you probably have the gold brick as well as the character token for Zacharias Smith, or Zacharias. Anyways, yeah, so grab them both if you have not already, and we'll keep on keeping on up the stairs. Now, did you notice how I zapped that and it flipped that open and caught it on fire? Well, we're gonna have to do that to both of these pillars up here on either side of Dumbledore's office. Now, I got a little sidetracked. I thought those might have been Dumbledore's office pillars, but nope, we actually have to ride the old staircase all the way up to the top. And once we get up here, booyakasha, they're right here. So there's one on either side of the entrance. Go ahead and zap it, turn it on fire, and then put it out. So that's right, you can be Smokey the Bandit, and only you can help prevent Dumbledore pillar fires. And next up, one on the left-hand side over here. So we'll go ahead and zap that and get the fire going. And of course, we didn't stop the fire. No, we did, actually. We started it. And we put it out. So Regulus Black is now ours as well. So thank you very much. Keep on keeping on all the way up the top here. And we've got ourselves a bookcase. So Hermione is going to get her hack on one more time by completing the memory puzzle here. And it's pretty simple, as per usual. Now, I won't lie. I do mess up a couple coming up in future levels. But I might edit that out. I might not. Ernie Prang. Yeah, I'm not sure who Ernie is. I'm sure one of you guys will educate me down below, but, you know, I don't know how important or crucial his part is, but I'm sure he is a somebody, as he got a character in the movie / game / books, I guess. So, all right, use Aquamenti on the 2 watering spots to go ahead and give us that extra stairwell up. And then, of course, we can bounce over on the far left side on these spider webs and get your baboing on right, because I missed it, and that next step's a doozy. So look at that. You can actually bounce way up there and get Dedalus, Diggle? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who he is or what he's about. But, oh, look at that. We actually took a back door into the 7th corridor. And I think that's what it's called. I forget. I know it was right there, but it was quick, fast, man. And I tried to go into Dumbledore's office to see what was cracking in there, but no such luck. Yeah, there's definitely a few areas that you once had access to that you don't need to collect stuff. Like the Room of Requirement is another one that we'll see. And hey, look, the guide moved. He's up on the upper stairwell now. That's a little bit peculiar, but hey, we'll take it. We got them all, and we've actually cleared them all out. So guess what? The entrance hall and surrounding areas is officially done. Look at that. We got 12 red bricks, 45 is 60, 60%, 149 at 200, 156 at 200, and of course all 24 at 24 because we knocked those out in our free play. Well, hey guys, I've got another video all edited up, ready to go for audio, so hopefully you'll see that sooner than later as well, and hopefully I'll get all of these done and have this in the rear view too. So hey, if you guys have enjoyed this series, please drop us a comment, throw us a like, and all that fun stuff. And of course, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment, vote, subscribe down below if you guys have any questions, comments, requests, or anything like that. Your feedback is crucial to us. Of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com and other links can be found down below in the video description, as we've got all of our social pages. We got links to playlists, we got links to the map for this, we got all sorts of stuff. So you'll find that most of our video descriptions are just that. They are a description of the video as well as a bunch of other possibly useless information, but at the same time, possibly very useful information. So as for me, that's going to wrap it up for now. As always, until next time. way to the sea zone. Bow, ow.